Hey skiers, I'm Jeff from skiessentials.com.
I'm Bob. How's it going?
Welcome back to our Top 5 Fridays ski industry news videos. Pretty tired.
Yeah, we had a good day.
It was a fun one out there this morning. How much snow do you think we got? 16 inches?
Yay much.
That much? That
Yeah.
much snow? Yeah, great powder day here at Stowe this morning.
Yep.
We were both up there skiing on the Bent 110 a little bit. Some other stuff too. But that was super fun.
Yeah, great to get the ski on the conditions in which it's designed for.
Yep.
So, we can't always call up a powder day, so we got to
No,
take
you gotta
advantage of them when we get them.
use them when they provide themselves. Sweet jump on Hayride.
Yeah, big jump on Hayride. Some nice jumps all around the mountain,
Big fan
Main
of
Street.
Yeah, powder day down Main Street.
It's just fun to hit the ground and not just slam. So yeah, soft snow is good for that.
Yeah, it was fun. No, it
Yep.
was fun blindly jumping off things, just
Right.
knowing that there was probably going to be something to land in.
Yes.
And I think it only happened a couple times to each of us when there wasn't something to land in.
No, and that was a stark reminder that
Definitely,
it's
you got it a couple times pretty
still
good.
pretty firm under there.
But anyways, speaking of Atomic, I did mention last week that we would be starting a new Ski Happy contest today. We are. The sponsor is Atomic, and we're giving away a pair of new Bent 90s.
Yeah, pretty sweet ski.
Yeah, really exciting stuff. This happens to be your personal pair of Bent 90s right here.
Yep, can't have these, but get you another pair.
I'll send you Bob's. We'll wait until
I hope it doesn't come to that.
you were just saying the other day how nervous you are about somebody stealing them when you were in the lodge. It would be funny if I was the one that stole them.
Right, and sent them out to a contest winner. Yeah.
No, Atomic will get you a different pair. You can keep these, Bob.
All right, good.
But yeah, really excited to be giving away this ski. It's an awesome ski. Bob and I have both been enjoying it. I actually have a pair too, so I could steal my own pair.
Right.
Or if I stole yours, you could just steal mine and be done with it. So definitely get your photos in to Ski Happy. You've got 10 days to enter. We'll remind you, we'll have a separate post about just Ski Happy. Definitely follow us on social media. That's where most of that stuff goes. And I think with that, we can get right into this week's news. Olympics started technically yesterday.
I watched Olympic moguls last night.
I watched Olympic curling last night. Yeah, the mogul qualification, men and women happened already. And I think finals are tomorrow for men.
It's pretty quick turnaround.
Yeah, moguls is the first medal event for freestyle.
Yeah.
But anyways, we will talk about Olympics in a little bit. Before we get into that, we have kind of a pre-Olympic FIS recap. We mentioned that the women were going to be in Germany for Super G and downhill. Not really any notable finishes in Super G. In downhill, Jacqueline Wells took 21st, and then Alex Wilkinson took 24th, and in doing so, secured herself a last-minute spot on the Olympic team.
Great.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, huh?
Get on a plane and get over there.
Yeah, I saw a clip of her. I think it was somebody filmed her calling her parents or something, and she seemed pretty emotional.
Does she go from Germany to China, or do you think she's got to come back and then go?
It's a great question.
I wonder how worried they are about flight times.
I mean, I guess if it was me, I would want to just go straight to China.
Right.
It'd be a lot of travel to go back to the United States and then to China.
Yeah. But she probably doesn't have all her stuff.
That's what I was wondering. Yeah, but I think when you make the Olympic team, they get you stuff.
Okay.
I don't know. That's just my assumption. I don't know. I've never been in that position. But anyways, so congratulations to Alex. I think that's awesome. She is subbing in as an alternate for Breezy Johnson, or Breezy Downhill.
Breezy Downhill.
As I like to call her.
Yep.
So yeah, super exciting. It'll be fun to see Alex in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll win.
Got to take advantage of these opportunities.
Right. Who knows?
Yeah.
Could be the greatest story of all time.
Right.
Alternate. I feel like we're putting a lot of pressure on Alex Wilkinson here.
Yeah. I don't think it normally happens like that.
Just have fun, Alex, and do your best. Second topic of the week, we have the recap from the second Freeride World Tour stop, Ordino Arcalis.
In Andorra?
Yes.
Yep.
I looked up the pronunciation, although, as you guys know, that usually doesn't help me even when I did look it up.
So indoor is a small place.
I think I got it close enough to right. Anyways, they've competed in a similar spot before, but technically this was a new venue to the tour, and super cool terrain.
Definitely the terrain sticks out in this place more than a lot of other
I think so too.
of the locations.
Yeah.
Really creative input onto the features.
Yeah.
Different types of air, and like you could kind of tell that the landings weren't as deep as they
it's
sometimes
kind of
are.
sun-baked snow.
Yeah, but other than that, just some really cool stuff. Like this looked like stuff that I would like to ski.
Yep.
And could ski as opposed
Right.
to some of this stuff that looks.
Yeah, and a lot of cool
Pretty
gaps,
challenging.
like side hilling,
Yep.
big gaps.
Yep.
Those all looked fun to me.
And rocks.
Yep.
Some really close calls on rocks.
Oh yeah, some of the point of view footage, like I don't even want to watch that.
No.
Just makes me never want to ski. Anyways, Maxine Chabloz,
Oof. That was bad.
sorry,
Maxine.
Maxine Chabloz?
I think that sounds right. I don't know.
Sounds right to me. Anyways, he's a rookie on the tour, so that's why I can't pronounce his name.
Right.
He's a new, he's fresh to me. Anyway, he took the win, skied awesome. A couple 360s, one of which was massive, and then he was one of the guys that hit those like side hilling gap
Yeah.
style things. His was kind of a step up and he went huge.
Yeah, normally they're much more fall line oriented.
Yeah,
It
no,
was
this
cool
was
to see him go
more
across.
Apexing.
Yeah.
Really cool. Ross Tester picked up second, Andrew Pollard in third. On the women's side, Jess Hodder was first. Elizabeth Garrettson, was second. And Lily Bradley picked up third. Lily Bradley's super young, 19 years old, tons of style.
Yep.
Really fun to watch her ski. Great venue, great stop. And in the edits that we'll mention at the end, we do have the full recap of the stop. So I would encourage you to check it out, at least check out the highlight video. Matt had that in Top 5 Fridays too, and the highlight video was super short, but had some awesome clips in it. So looking forward to more Freeride World Tour stops this season. And then third topic of the week, we do have some kind of Olympic highlights. So to start, to kind of touch on the different skiing events, on the alpine skiing side, we will have medal races on 11 of the next 15 days. It's pretty exciting.
Yep.
On the freestyle side of things, even better, 12 out of the next 15 days. So a lot of skiing to watch over the next couple weeks and a lot of different medal events. So should be a really entertaining couple weeks.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see these courses and how they shape up.
Yeah.
Pretty cool stuff they got going on there.
Yeah, absolutely. Second kind of subtopic here, skiracing.com shared some photos of the National Alpine Skiing Center. And we're also getting kind of some firsthand reports. They did some training runs already. And it sounds like everything's great.
I watched a POV of the downhill.
Did you?
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like they just, they have these mountains and you can tell that they just basically ran a bulldozer
Right.
up where they wanted the course.
Yeah.
And they're really able to use the terrain in specific ways.
Yeah.
So it's not like a mountain in, Europe just took the steep part and made that the downhill course. Like
Right,
they
they
specifically sculpted
created
it
it.
out of the mountain.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was really, really scary to watch.
Yeah, and I've even heard that snow conditions are pretty darn good.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the other thing is they basically built all the infrastructure. So when you're
Right.
watching it, there's just snow guns
Everywhere.
lining both ends.
Yeah.
And you can tell that that they have the ability to, and whatever compressor system they're using, brand new.
Yeah.
So all this stuff is just making for ideal snow conditions and using the terrain in a very specific way.
Yeah. So definitely will be interesting. No natural snow there. That we've talked about that before.
Yeah, it looks weird.
But from all the reports that we're seeing so far, things are looking really promising.
Yep.
I saw some shots of the big air jump. Again, looked great.
Yep.
Just extremely well engineered.
Yeah, the mogul course, same way.
Yep.
It just, you can tell it's produced and
Yep.
and very kind of prepackaged and very controlled.
Yep.
But if they're going for uniformity, then they got it.
Yep. Absolutely. And then third kind of sub-Olympic topic here, Really interesting article from the Washington Post highlighting Eileen Gu. We've talked about her a handful of times already on Top 5 Fridays. She's basically the top of the female free skiing world. At least she's right there among the top 2. Basically her and Kelly Silderu that are dominating the sport right now. She's also a contracted model for Tiffany & Co. and Louis Vuitton.
What a tough life.
It's like those are like major players in the fashion industry. And most impressive, I think, to me, she's about to enroll at Stanford University.
Cool.
So very talented young lady. And kind of an interesting side of this article is that they talked about how she would have been a huge marketing focus if she had gone to the Olympics as the U.S. On the U.S. team.
Yep.
But she's going for China, which kind of puts her in, an interesting position.
Yeah.
Some people could point fingers at her for humanitarian reasons for competing for China and stuff like that. So if you're interested more in that dynamic, definitely check out that article.
Yeah, I always find it interesting, like who decides to compete for whom.
Right. And I feel like in most situations like this, or not like this, but in most situations where you have a similar story, it's like they probably weren't going to make the team in one country, so they go and compete for their other parents' country of origin. In this case, like she's a shoo-in for either team.
Right.
So I feel like that makes it a much more interesting dynamic of like how do you decide?
Yeah, I know lots of people have lots of different motivations.
Yep. So that's kind of it for our Olympic highlights. And I think it's very fair to say that over the next 2 weeks for Top 5 Fridays, we will have a lot more Olympic highlights.
Yep. I'm looking forward to watching.
Yeah, me too. And then fourth topic of the week, a really cool article from New York Times written by David Goodman, highlighting Mount Ascutney. Pretty cool place, huh, Bob?
Yeah, here in kind of mid Vermont, like in the Connecticut River Valley, it's a monadnock, so it's like the biggest mountain in Vermont, maybe even the Northeast, that's not part of a mountain range.
Right.
So it's a self-sustaining mountain. Used to be a resort, was mismanaged. Now it's back with kind of a more community vibe.
Yes, they closed in 2010, I think, and they're back. They reopened in 2015. They have like a 500 vertical foot rope tow, and then the rest of the mountain, another like 1,300 vertical feet, is all just touring.
Yep.
Skin to earn your turns terrain.
Right.
And really cool article. He kind of talked about how it's pretty interesting that revitalizing a mountain that way, without like full infrastructure, has really helped revitalize the community in general.
It's like the opposite of what we talked about a while ago with the balsams. Up in Dixville Notch, where they're just building a spa
and a conference center
and hoping people come.
And not a mountain,
right? Not working on the mountain versus this where they're.
That's a great point.
Like here's the mountain, come enjoy the mountain.
Yeah.
So very different schools of thought.
And it sounds like a lot of people are enjoying the mountain.
Yeah, and they have good bike trails down there too.
Yeah.
So I know that they do they're good with events and races and stuff like that. So that brings a lot of interest to the area.
Type of place that I would love to go check out.
Yep.
Maybe we'll have to schedule a trip down there.
It's right down the highway.
What, a couple hours?
Yeah, it's like an hour and a half.
There you go. Be there in no time.
Yep.
If you're in Colorado, that's like the next town over.
Well, not from Colorado, but...
No, you know what I mean. Yeah. If you live in Colorado, an hour and a half long drive is like going to like Breckenridge to Buena Vista.
No, it is funny how your perspective changes.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's it for our topics this week. Lastly, we have our edits of the week. First one, as I mentioned before, is the full replay of that Freeride World Tour stop. Check that out, especially if you've got a couple hours to kill and want to watch some really, really high-level skiing and a bunch of just crazy people.
Yeah, big jumps.
Big jumps. Really good at managing fear, these skiers. That would be the hardest thing for me.
I hope they're calculated when they do these things.
I think they're extremely calculated. It's just hard to kind of wrap your mind around that when you're watching it.
Yeah.
Because it just looks like they're going so fast. But things always feel different from your own perspective.
Yep. Yeah, I agree.
And then second edit, we have Fluid, the full movie. It's about a 16-minute long movie. Some great skiing in there.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very smooth. I suppose that makes sense because it's called fluid. If it was like herky-jerky skiing, wouldn't really go well with the title. And then we have a little 4-minute edit from Simon Bartik and Daniel Hanka called Checkmate, spelled Czech as in Czech, the country.
Yep.
So I thought that was really cool.
And cool natural terrain.
Yeah. Very cool
features there. I think that's the highlight there.
Yeah, I know you spent some time watching that.
Yeah.
Kind of reminded me of like watching Candide do tricks and stuff over natural terrain.
I thought we were going to see Candide's edit in this week's edits.
Yeah. I don't know what Matt was thinking, so we'll throw it in there as a bonus one. Candide released another edit called Pretty Tight.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you hadn't as of this morning.
No, I just watched it before this, and it's just amazing what he can fit into a minute 45.
Yeah.
Like the durations of the clip and like what looks like the amount of planning that has to go into it is just crazy.
So much planning.
Yeah.
The double backflip over the house, did you see they built two lips there? And they both were like substantial size jumps?
Yeah.
Those things aren't quick to build.
No.
It's like 40 man-hours goes into building a jump like that.
Yeah. But that's just like the biggest double backflip like ever.
Since the last one he did.
Right.
The last one over something similar was equally as impressive.
It's just in the air for so long. I don't get it.
It just hangs out in the air. Laid out double backflip over a huge building.
Right. Pretty cool.
We'll add that in as a bonus edit of the week. And that's it. Anything exciting going on this weekend, Bob?
Hockey. Heading down to Rutland for hockey.
Sweet.
So that'll be fun. Probably do some skiing on Sunday afternoon, but...
Well, I'll be up there coaching with Green Mountain Academy again tomorrow, so if you happen to be at Stowe, keep your eyes out. If you see a guy in black with a bunch of kids with me, it could be like one of many coaches.
Right.
But
that's a pretty generic description.
True, but just wave anyways and yell something, and if it's me, I'll wave back.
Yeah.
Should be great skiing tomorrow up at Stowe.
Yeah.
It's still snowing out there, and
yeah, it's good.
Gonna blow around a bunch tonight.
Yeah, it's all open now.
Maybe I'll go ski your my new.
No, you're not allowed.
Bob showed me a line today that I have. It's always fun learning new things on a mountain that you've been skiing for 20 years.
Especially because it's right there.
It's like right there.
Yeah.
And I had no idea. And now I'm going to ski it all the time, like the last person you showed it to. Anyways, that's it for Top 5 Fridays. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Don't forget about Atomic, Ski Happy, and winning a pair of these. And we'll talk to you next week.
Happy Friday.